Hi, hello, and welcome. First, I'm going to check the comments, make sure everybody can hear me. You can hear me okay? Worth it or not? Hey, man. Just going to wait to make sure somebody can hear me. Because there's nothing better than talking when people can't hear you. Yes, can hear. Awesome. Well, let me first take a look at who we got over here. What do we got? JD. Oh, you know what I want to do? Let's turn on these timestamps. JD, Mr. Big Deal Filmmaker. That's a new joke. Dude, you've been here since 10:43. LC Manis, hey man, welcome. Ian, welcome. Mike Men, oh my gosh, look at all these comments. I never won anything in 65 years. Well, it's time for you, Ian. Lucky that way, blah, 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 blah. Stop me from being a gambler. Countdown went away any moment now. Ian Craig. Glenn, hey. Hello, Glenn. And good afternoon, sports fans. Ian, Glenn, worth it or not, awesome that you're here. Gary Groves, hey man, awesome. And go Pappy. Hey Pappy, I haven't heard from you in a long time. That's awesome. So I was going to talk about all sorts of stuff, but I think everybody's interested mostly in the Rode VideoMic, whatever they call it, NTG. I'm going to be camping out on the comments. This is going to be like totally random. We're just going to go back and forth between comments and stuff. I got this guy, finally. It came to me. I'll tell you a little story. I was about my karma. I have karma that instantaneously rounds the earth in about 5 seconds and smacks me in the back of the head when I do something really stupid. Ian Craig posted over on the Basic Filmmaker Facebook, the university Facebook page, that he's getting he ordered his VideoMic NTG and it was coming in about a week, and I got all cocky and said, yeah, well, mine's coming today, man, or tomorrow or something. And because I got a notice that it had finally come to my postmaster, it was ready for collection. So then I went to the post office. Here's where the karma starts. I went to the post office at 7 a.m., found out they didn't open till 8:30. Went back at 8:30 after getting some breakfast and coffee, waited in this big long line now at the post office. About 20 minutes later, I got to the postal guy, and the postal guy tells me, for collection means we have it, and we haven't sorted it yet, which means we can't give it to you now. And I tried talking him into it, and he couldn't. And then I said, okay, what happens now? And he said, well, we'll just deliver it either tomorrow or the next day. So then I came back home here, and about 6 o'clock at night, I noticed there was a thing on my front door. Apparently, they tried to deliver it, and they couldn't because there was no one home. So then I had to sign for it. And then the following day, the regular post lady shows up and says, I don't know why that happened. I don't know why the other person did that. And anyway, I finally got my video mic, and I finally paid for my being cocky or hubris, or I was being hubrant. I just made up that word. So Ian, justice has been served for my being an a-hole. Let's see what we got here. Yes, I did have a smirk when you told me. Yeah, the long and winding road. Anyway, I got this thing. I haven't even hooked it up yet. I know. I just got out of the box. I just looked at this. And this is pretty cool. The first thing I want to just kind of go through, I'll zoom up and I'll show you this thing because it's really neat, is there's been some talk amongst some people. God, I sound like the news now. Sources say that basically Rode went and copied the Deity mic. Okay. I don't think that's what they did, but to a large degree they did. I mean, if I was coming out with a new awesome product and I would go out and research my competition, which was the DAD mic, I think it's the VMic Pro, and I would take everything they've done that was popular and cool, and I would put that into a mic, and then I would add some more things to it, and then I would have a better mic. I think that's smart. Um, I'm not a big guy on competition, but by the same, I think on the same, page, that's going to kind of make Deity come out with an even better mic. Now, I haven't tested this with my voice. I'm still, as you know, new to this uh, podcasting live stream thing, and frankly, I didn't have the guts to hook this up in this live stream and have everything just go bad. But I will show this thing to you. It's really cool. Let me zoom up here, see if I can show this to you. Oh yeah, we're doing some zoom stuff here. Oh yeah, how about that? That's why I love camcorders. So this guy is, it's really nice. It's got the right coat on it, and I like that down here they've added, like for cables and stuff, little routing for your cables, for the little cables that it comes with. And they also have on the bottom this, which allows you to slide. You have it mounted on your camera or whatever, and you can slide this thing back and forth. So if you're mounting it on like an action cam or something, I don't know if you'd mount this on an action cam, but you can kind of get this thing positioned correctly, which I really is nice. I like that you don't have these little plastic, some of these cheaper mics or these knockoffs, they have a little plastic here, which always breaks, or this is plastic, or this is plastic, or this is plastic. All of this is metal. Every bit of this is metal, which is really, really cool. The entire base is metal. Obviously, these are rubber here. The shock mount is really nice. And it looks like a really solid unit. Let me take the shock mount off. Now, I'm sure that someone like, it comes with the wind cover. It also comes with this little dude. You can see I haven't even packaged it yet. It's a TRRS. It's a 123, and it has a sensing mechanism inside this microphone when you plug it in to the output on this microphone. The sensing mechanism, it doesn't care if it's a TRS or TRRS. In other words, if you're plugging it into your computer, or you're plugging it in your iPad or your iPhone, it just automatically senses that, which is really, really cool. I think the Deity also does that. It's got the foam wind cover, and then it's got these, the way they do this, come on, focus there, is they have these cool from the Rode, the new NTG5, they have these neato, new, round, cool holes instead of the slots and everything else. Probably Curtis could tell you whether that makes a difference or not. I don't know. I'm going to trust the engineers. I don't know if that's a shtick, and well, we have cool new holes in here or whatever. I don't know. That's what the front looks like. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. And then, of course, on the back you have the little button. Now, they do have this. You're able to adjust, like the Deity, the output of this thing. It goes from 1 on here to 15. They also have the limiters, like the low pass for 75 and 150 here. And then I haven't tried this yet, but apparently there's another button right here, which apparently, according to them, allows you to also record a minus 20 dB separate track or something in case, like a safety track, which I don't get. That doesn't make sense to me right now. Powering on the unit, pretty simple. You hold it down for 2 seconds. This little power button here. Ba-boop, boom. Guy powers on. And then it's supposed to be auto sensing. Like if I plug this in to a unit and it doesn't sense any signal or any electronics coming through this thing, it will turn off, which is cool. I think it was Ian got an early deity mic, which turned off after 15 minutes and wouldn't turn back on, and he got kind of pissed off, which I understand. So this thing will turn off. The battery power on this, I haven't clocked it yet and actually tested it. It lasts, according to Rode, 30 hours, which is just freaking awesome. That's just cool. I mean, I hate these units that you have the internal batteries where they go like lights, you know, they have an internal battery and it goes for an hour, or it goes for half an hour or 2 hours because the crap just shuts down on you. You know, if you charge this thing, you're good for a day or two or whatever. And then, of course, they have the little jack here that you can jack into using this little included guy. It's a USB. It's a little mini C. You just jack into this thing right here like that. And you can actually jack this USB into, you know, one of the iPhone type chargers into your computer. And purportedly, you can just jack this microphone using this mechanism straight into your computer, record into your computer, and you're good to go. I haven't tested that either. The other interesting thing that I haven't tested anything really. The other interesting thing is apparently you can jack into this thing, and like if you jack in via here in the USB, you can jack into this thing here and use headphones, a 3.5 millimeter jack headphone, to monitor the sound, which I find fascinating. I guess I should probably check that. In fact, I should probably be wearing my headphones because I don't, you know, that's why I checked with you on the sound. I get tired. I've been wearing headphones for the last, I got up at 4 a.m. and was editing my new YouTube course, and I've had enough of headphones. So I'll just keep watching the comments, and if I lose the sound, then whatever. So that's that. And through the magic of camcordiness, we will just do this lovely zoom out thing. There we go. I'm going to check the comments and stop talking right now. Oh, yeah, and it includes a manual, which, by the way, I appreciate. It's simply graphic. It tells you step by step, no weird, you know, they don't have 16,000 pages of how you're going to electrocute yourself made by lawyers. It's just very graphical, and it tells you how to hook it up to computers, how to adjust it, which is really cool, how to connect it to your iPad or your phone or your Android or whatever, which is really cool. I don't know if there's some app for this. I have no idea. I'm going to check the comments now. Let me look over here. Yep. Pappy, Ian Craig, D3 Pro, that's right. Bart Johnson, hey man. Bart, wow, there's like a really serious shadow going on here. I just found out the other day, and Bart hopefully isn't embarrassed when I mention this. I found out the other day that Bart's entire studio and downstairs burned. Like all his equipment and all his crap burned. I was sad to hear about that. That's a bummer. Obviously, well, do you have insurance? It doesn't matter. Something like that happens, and it's shocking. If there's anything I can do to help you, let me know. I was really happy to see, I'm not sure if it was on social media or somewhere, that I saw that Aperture, one of my favorite companies, sent Bart a bunch of light kits as a hey, we know you're having trouble and here's your light kits. I was really glad to hear that. I'm really sorry, dude. If there's anything I can do, you just let me know. That was shocking. Okay, let's go here over to the comments. Ian, Safety Track is used on VideoMic Pro Plus. It's really good and saved my audio a few times. That's interesting. I've never used a Safety Track that was from a mic. Do you know if I'm going to make a video on this and I'll figure this all out, but I'm kind of curious if I mean, it's a stereo mic, so what does it do? Take one channel and do the regular, and then probably dumps the other channel at minus 20 dB and then just in case as a safety track. That must be how it works, right? Do they list compatible recorders and cameras? Well, let's go. Left channel is loud, right is soft. That makes sense to me. Needs TRS for zooms. On the Deity, probably, I think I thought the Deity comes with 2 cords. I don't remember anymore. I have one around here. I don't know where I put it. This comes with 1 cord, and it's supposed to handle all devices. And the question is, over here, the Deity doesn't work with zooms. Okay, I'll have to check that. Compatible devices. Well, I knew I was going to ask questions about this. So over here, I'm going to call up this guy. So it's revolutionary design, yada yada. Directional super cardioid Polaroid pattern, flat frequency response, infinitely variable gain control. It auto senses 3.5 millimeter output with both cameras and mobile devices. USB-C output with headphone output, which is interesting. You got a high pass filter, a pad, high frequency boost, and the safety channel, which we were talking about. A dB peak warning light. Well, that's something new I didn't know, which is pretty awesome. Usually, I guess I gotta admit, it is so rare that I plug a microphone direct into my cameras. I mean, I have Zoom H6s, I have 2 Mix Pre 3s, and I have just found that getting audio that way, it takes me like seconds to sync up my sound. I've made videos on this. I don't know why people think that's hard. It's not. I rarely plug into a camera. So the peak warning light for me is not a big deal. But if you were mounting this on a camera, yeah, I'd want to see what the heck's going on there. And if I could see it on the mic, that'd be cool. Although I gotta say, if you're using a mic on top of a camera, sure. If you're using a mic boomed over you or you can't see it, yeah, I could see that. The rechargeable lithium-ion battery, 30 plus hours of recording. It charges via that USB I showed you. The Rycote shock mount. I showed you that with the cable management and the sliding rail. This thing's really nice. As I showed you, this shock mount is surprisingly nice. Before I got this, I really thought that this guy would be, it would, it has the Rycote, and this is all good up here. I really thought that something would be plastic. It's all metal. There isn't a single piece of plastic on this guy, except for these rubber things here. I'm trying to tear the rubber thing off, and it ain't coming off. These are screwed down. This thing, I mean, this is solid machined aluminum. I was really surprised about that. They have lightweight, 94 kilograms, and rugged aerospace grade aluminum construction. Okay, that's great. And I get that. That's pretty cool. I haven't taken this apart, nor do I want to. I know with the Deity mics, I know with the S-Mic 2, the original Aperture, and the S-Mic 2S, man, those things are beasts. You saw me drop those in water, throw them in a toilet, run them over with a car. They're just amazing. Now, I don't think that these mics, I also didn't do that with the Rode NTG 5 or my NTG 3. A, because it's a lot of money. I spent a lot of dough on those. And B, they never said I could do that. Deity was like, yeah, go for it, man. And I don't think I would try that with this mic just because they haven't said it's that beefy. So I probably wouldn't do that with this mic. In fact, I wouldn't. Now, I'm sure savvy people can tell you they labeled it NTG. I have yet to find out, nor have I Googled what NTG stands for, because they have the NTG3, which is my favorite mic of all time for my voice, the NTG5, which is also a favorite mic of mine, and now they've called this the VideoMic NTG. The NTG5 and the NTG3 are RF biased mics. One of the things I know about them being RF biased, it's just a different way they handle the capsule and everything else, and it basically keeps them from being, they just work well in wet environments, moisture environments, stuff like that. This is not an RF biased mic, but you know, these mics like the Deity that aren't RF biased, at least I don't think it is, the VMic Pro D3, and the original video mic is not RF biased, and neither is this. I've never had a problem with them. I've had them out in rainy stuff. I've had them out. I live in Oregon, so it's like between November and March. It's just rainy all the time. I'm sure someone who has much more outdoor experience than me, most of my shooting has been indoors. Or if it was outdoors, it was on bigger projects and I hired real people to do this stuff. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to make that much of a difference. That's just my opinion. I'm sure someone like Bart or someone like Curtis who has much, much more outdoor rain experience can tell us whether or not a non-RF biased mic will just die because of the moisture or because the moisture from people talking in the thing. Let me go over here real quick and check on the commentos because I have them hidden and hopefully someone isn't saying they lost the sound. One chord with Deity. I upset the cart with that one too. Ian, God bless him. He made a pitch to. Apparently, he got this thing and he made a pitch to Deity, and he said, well, he made a video and he just basically said, this is what's happening with my Deity, and it turns off after 15 minutes and blah, blah, blah. And this was, he pre-ordered it. I thought it was used. Maybe I'm wrong. And I don't think it was handled well on either end. I'm not accusing anybody, but basically Ian, the customer, has no joy. That doesn't lower my opinion of Deity. I know these guys at Deity. They're awesome folks. I'm going to meet them at NAB. I'm probably going to give Andrew a lot of crap about that. 99.9% repeating of the time. Deity has always come to their customers. They've always handled them. They've always made things right. And I do not understand why Ian had a problem. So that's what's going on with Ian's experience with Deity. I don't know. When I talk to Andrew, I'm going to ask him what the hell's going on. I don't know. Let's go back to the, let's see. It was new. So it was new. That's in it. The problem is with the first 400 released. Yeah, so apparently Ian was an early adopter, and the first 400 had this problem. And I thought it was used for some reason, which is why I left the comments on the university Facebook page on that, Ian, is I thought you had bought it used or second hand. When you said second hand, I thought you meant like somebody had already bought it, and then you purchased it off of them, and I was like, but you bought it brand new. All 400 turn off. They said it was a feature. Yeah, I'm not buying it. Now I am going to give Andrew some crap. So Andrew, if you're watching, you got some crap coming, because that's not okay, dude. I get why you would be upset about that. We're going to get you, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get you a replacement mic. I've just made it my mission to get you a replacement mic. That's my new mission. Let's go back over here to the Rode page. Where are you, Rode page? There you are. Lots of specs here. Super Cardioid, electret condenser. Oh, that's interesting. 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. That's a really respectable frequency range. The frequency response, I'll have to check that out. Wow. 10 ohm output impedance, low. It says the signal to noise ratio is 79 dBA. When I test, where'd you go, microphone? When I test this mic, well, I got cords and crap everywhere. When I test this mic, I am definitely going to test the noise floor. I'm going to definitely check it out. I have a feeling if it's like the NTG5, very low noise floor. All the NTG5 and the NTG3 and the S mic too, they all have really low noise floors. It'll be interesting to see what the noise floor on this, on my tests is, because I'm really interested in that. The other thing is, I don't know, there's reviews and they're being done. They're pairing this against the Deity. Someone else said, well, can you review it against the Rode VideoMic Plus, the VideoMic Pro, the VideoMic little mini thing, I forget what that's called. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know what I'm going to compare this to. I'm not even sure I'm going to compare it to anything, because for me, I mean, I do these comparisons for myself, but for me, if I'm going to drop $200+ for this thing, I just want to know, does it sound good with my voice? Does it work as advertised? Does the battery stay lit? Will it plug into my action cam? Will it work on my iPhone? Does it sound good? And is it not noisy? That's what I'm concerned about. So these comparisons are a little tough for me. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys have opinions on what I should compare it with, or if I should compare it. I mean, compare this to the NTG3 and the NTG5. I could as a reference level, but it's just not the same caliber of mic. It's like taking a their Ceramonic shotgun mic that they sell for $129 and comparing it to the NTG3. Well, it's just not going to sound as good. So if you have opinions on that, just let me know. Dynamic range. Okay, good. We'll check out the noise. We've got sensitivity, 20 SPL. So it's got a 75 and 150 high pass frequency filter, which is cool. Get out that rumble. 30+ hours. I'll check that out. 350 milliamp battery. That's cool. Auto sensing on the output connection, bit depth 24-bit, which is great. Sample rates 48 kilohertz, and it works with Mac and Windows. Well, okay, thank God it isn't only a Mac only. Sometimes these specs crack me up. 94 kilograms. I am so not a. I'm still in US, 21.6 millimeters and 171 millimeters long. And that is, so far, what I know about this mic. I am curious, though. You know what I'm curious about? I'm curious about the warranty. Because on their higher class mics, like the NTG5, I believe, and the NTG3, they have a 10-year warranty, which is amazing to me. The infinitely variable gain control knob on the rear of the microphone allows you to precisely tailor the output. Blah, 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 blah. How long does it take for the battery to charge? 2 hours empty to full. That's actually amazing to me. Physical controls, noise floor. Okay, we'll check that out. Standby mode. There isn't a standby mode on the VideoMic NTG. It's either off and not drawing any power, or it's completely on. When the microphone is off, it will last months without the need to charge. Oh, see my answers right here, Ian. There's no difference in the sonic characteristics of the safety channel. It's just 20 dB lower than the main channel. However, when you boost the safety channel in post-production, you may notice some preamp noise from your camera, which makes sense. The safety channel should ideally be used to replace the small piece of audio that has clipped, and it's best to blend the audio in and out quickly to reduce any noticeable quality change. That makes sense. I don't see what their warranty is on this guy. I gotta assume, yeah, this just flips me down here. Yeah, I don't see the warranty on here. I'd love to know what their warranty is. Oh, register your warranty. How about this? Let's register your warranty. Pick your Rode product. Let's see if we can find this out here. Microphone, video. It'd be funny if they don't have it yet, right? VideoMic VideoMic Pro NTG, VideoMic NTG. If you purchase a mic, Rode extended warranty, gives you mine. Find out if your product is eligible for extended warranty. So I'm supposed to enter all this stuff. Wow. I will probably do that later and not waste your time on this website. Later, instead of sitting here, you watching me do the serial number. So it's going to be at least 2. I would imagine it's going to be 5. Sometimes they do these things like for the, I think it was the NTG 5. They did a thing where I think it's a 4-year warranty or 3-year warranty. And if you take a photo of that mic and you post it on Twitter or you do something like that and you say, hey, come check it out, I posted a photo of your mic, they come right back and they send you an extra 2 years. So you get, I think it's a 5-year warranty, something like that. Anyway, let me make sure I'm not missing any comments here, and we'll talk about this stuff. Be funny if it switches off after 15 minutes. Be funny if it switches off after 15 minutes. Ian, you are an evil person. Actually, it would be funny. I'm done with the karma. I'm sorry. I apologize to the universe, the DNA, the gods, the God, the deities, whatever you believe in. I apologize to that person. Please quit hammering me for getting cocky with Ian. Actually, it's been, oh yeah, it's been sitting here. I think we've gone, how long have we gone on this thing? It's been on for, let's see if I can see how long we've been on here. Well, that's awesome that it doesn't tell me how long I've been on here. Oh no, it's been on for 33 minutes. Oh, so apparently they're right. It does not power off, which is cool. I'm happy with it not powering off at all. I think the auto sensing, let's see if it senses this. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. It's still on. It's interesting though. I guess if you plug in, I guess to use the headphone jack, which would be this, you would have to plug in via USB to something, which is fine. I could plug in via USB to my Mix Pre 3 or to my computer, and then you could headphone jack into this instead of using the TRS cable. Huh. Interesting. It has to be plugged into a recorder to sense it. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh no, it stays on. It does, apparently. I'm not a big fan of... yeah, it's not sensing. Oh, yes, it is. Yeah, look at that. It's peeking out. Woo! Sorry if that's driving you crazy. Yeah, it's turning red. There's a little peak meter here. Right there. There's a little peak meter on this thing. I'm not sure if you guys have any more questions about this microphone. I looked around. I think you can get it directly from Rode. I know that B&H apparently is selling it. Let me check that out. Because I think that, let's go over to B&H. Hey, B&H. See if they're actually shipping this thing. Rode VideoMic NTG. There's that guy right there. $249. New item coming soon. Well, that's interesting. So expected availability is December 20th. Man, that's really close to Christmas. Wow. Really, really close. Man, that's close. I did appreciate from Rode the fact that I said, okay, I want one of these things as soon as I can get my hands on it. And I got an email back. It was a week ago, I think it was. Or maybe it was a week and a half ago. And they said, we're not shipping this. And the reason we're not shipping it is because it's still in quality control. We're still running tests on it. We want to make sure this mic's perfect. We want to make sure it works as advertised. It does all the things. And they run it. They got a huge factory. They manufacture, I believe they manufacture these there in Australia in their very own factory. And although I wanted the thing, I was like, that's cool. Like, that's really cool. It's a company and they need to make money and it's Christmas time. And of course, you got to get your products out in October or September or worst, mid-November, because that's the big selling time. There's a lot of pressure on your salespeople to get this thing out and get it selling and get the income coming in so people can get bonuses and get paid. And I really appreciated they went, we're just not shipping it until we're absolutely sure. I was really pleased about that. Really, really pleased. Let's go back over here. Okay, I don't see any more comments at this point. Let me go up here in case I missed something. Ian, wow, Ian, you are the champ for comments on a live stream video. Zoom has a different wiring to other things, so there was a problem. Maybe some others too, so Deity published a list. So Ian, are you talking about, you said the Zoom, all Zoom recorders? Just any Zoom recorder? Rode batteries are robust. They certainly are. It was new. Yeah. We're over that. I'll be giving Andrew crap about that. And you're making a video next week. That's cool. I can't wait to see your video, dude. Ian, you're really you're throwing down on your channel, man. Ian, you've just been Ian's been like, okay, I'm going to make a video and it's okay. And then he makes another video and it's way better. And then he makes another video and then his thumbnails get better and then his videos get better and then they're edited better. He's like, boo, 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 just upping his game almost every video. I'm like, wow, I wish I would have done that 7 years ago. It wouldn't have taken me so freaking long to figure out how to do all this stuff. They keep going with the comments here. D3 row stays on long enough. Makes sense. 10-year guarantees on the VideoMic Pro Plus. Wow. Safety track is great. Yeah, it's funny. Yep, Karma. Stays on, has to be plugged in. It's not a trumpet, Kevin. Can't wait for your review. According to Deity, Zoom have different wiring. Now that's really interesting. Okay, I want to check something out. If you guys can be patient with me for a minute, I'm going to I want to check this out. I'm going to plug this thing into a Zoom and see what happens. just stand by. Just stand by. Don't worry, I won't be here for about a minute or so because I'll probably have to put some batteries in that, maybe 2 minutes or something like that. Just hang on. Don't worry, it'll be like those sites you go to. Never mind, I'm not going to make that joke. It was going to be a porn joke, and I'm sorry to all men, women, and ethical people out there. Let me go grab my Zoom H6, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got my Zoom H6 here. Apparently it has batteries in it, I hope. We're going to test it. Let's turn this sucker on. Hello. I love this recorder. I mean, my Mix Pre 3s are more awesome than awesome. If I didn't have the Mix Pre's, I by far would buy another Zoom H6 in a heartbeat. They're about 300, 350, something like that. This thing is... I've never reviewed this, and I don't know why. For XLR inputs, for quarter inputs, 3.5 millimeter inputs, top-mounted mics. They have a ball mic for doing interviews. This thing is really good. So let's see what happens to this thing. Looks like I got something on I don't want to. Where is that cord? Where'd you go, buddy? Hello, cord. Here we are. I guess I should take this off. Let's check out this Zoom thing, because you got me wondering. So if I plug this dude in here, I've never used this mic, so, and I believe I plug in to here, and what am I arming? Arming. Whoa. Whoa. Do I have this thing way up? I have this thing up to 15. Let's turn off channel 2. And let's up this. And then I'm going to up the back here. Here we go. Yeah, I'm up in the back here. It looks like we're totally... Hopefully I can get that in the frame. I'm plugged in to the Zoom with the included cable, and it seems to be working fine. You can see the level moving up and down. Test. Test. So no problem with plugging at least into this Zoom H6. Now you got me really wondering. I'm going to go grab my Zoom H1 recorder. Hang on. You got me curious. Hang on. I'm going to go away real quick again. Okay, now I'm back with my little Zoom H. This is an old dude. This is an old H1. This isn't even the Pro. I used to record with this. It's a great little recorder. I know Ian did a review on this, or the H1 Pro or something like that. This little dude, let me make sure it has batteries in it. Turn that on. Okay, it says we're on and no card access. Let's plug this sucker in. See what we got here. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, look at that. Let me up the volume here. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, check it out. Hello, 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 hello. Light. Yeah, it's working in the Zoom H1 too. So apparently, haven't tested the deity, but this thing works marvelously into the Zoom H1. I don't know about the, this is just an H1. The H1N I don't know about. I do know, because I don't have one, I do know it works on the H1. I do know it works on the H6. So that's awesome. So it seems to work with the Zoom recorders. When this is over, I'll go over and grab my deity, and I'll check with these same recorders. It might just be the H1N. I don't know. I'll check with my other recorders. I should probably turn these off. I'll check with my other recorders and find out if it works with those, and I'll report back maybe in the comments below or something after we're done with this video. Okay. Travis MLU, my D3 Pro doesn't work with a TRRS cable on the H1. Okay, I'll check that out. Message retracted. Go Pappy. Did you say something bad to me, like go yourself? I'm joking. According to deity, Zoom have different wiring. Ask Andrew again. Yeah, I will. That's why Andrew was upset. I mentioned the Rodes into the Zooms. My D3 Pro doesn't work with a TRS cable on an H1. I'm going to check that out. That doesn't make sense to me. You need a TRS. I thought the D3 Pro came with 2 cables. Do I have that wrong? No, Andrew was upset when I mentioned it. I think the H1N might have altered the wiring, according to Andrew. Gene. Hey, Gene. Hi. Gene Waddle, you mentioned earlier that you didn't know what to compare the mic to. I've always found comparisons fairly useless. I just want to know what the product does or doesn't do on its own. Thanks, Gene. I kind of am of the same opinion, but I get slammed with comments on my videos about how I should have compared it to this and how I should have compared it to that and blah, blah, blah. And I know I shouldn't listen to the comments. Excuse me. I know I shouldn't listen to the comments all the time. Sometimes I do, especially if it's people who are longtime subscribers, like Gene. So I'll listen to you. We'll see. We'll see how this pans out. Ian Craig. He did father about the porn, Pappy. That's awesome. Now I kind of missed the comment. Yes, he did. Came with a TRS and a USB-C cable. One cable with D3 Pro. He got even steamier. Gene Waddle, I agree. I'm back. Had a power outage, but the chipmunks are on the treadmill again. Yay! You missed a lot. We went places we probably shouldn't have not gone, Andre. I'm going to go one more time. I'm going to go grab, and hopefully it's charged. I'm going to go grab this D3 Pro. I'm really curious. 1 second. Okay, here's my D3 Pro, and I do really like this thing, by the way. It's slick. Same thing, metal, 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 knob in the back. I mean, this has everything, almost everything that the VideoMic NTG has. The NTG, as I said, if I was going to make a new product, the NTG, something like this, which rocks. Certainly, I would copy everything that's good about this and add some things to it. But let's see if this thing even powers on. I'd love to know. I got a red light. What does that mean? Now I got a TRRS cable, and same thing, USB-C with the USB for the mic. So let's check out, like we did. I'm pretty sure this is not going to work. Oh, you know what? It isn't charged. Oh, damn it. That's why it's giving me a red light. It isn't charged. I'll check it out after this video's over. I want to know if I use this cable, if mine goes into the Zoom H6 or the Zoom H1, the older one, and if it works or not, or if I have to use a TRS cable instead of a TRRS. I mean, for me, it's no big deal. I got so many TRS cables and TRS cables coming out my ears. If I got on a set, well, if I got on a set, I might not use this, but if I was out in the middle of nowhere and I brought my Zoom H6 and all I had was a TRS cable and it didn't work on here, my bad. But I think in 2019, almost 2020, yeah, I'd be kind of ticked off. Let's go back and look at the comments here. We'll see what's going on. Oh no, had to chat with wife Andre. Yep, she was telling me to call the electric company and report the outage. See, it stayed on this time. Yep. I use TRS with Deity all the time. Yeah, I've used the TRS with the Deity and in fact, I think that's how I originally used it. I think the only time I used the TRRS was I think it was into an iPad or a phone or some such thing like that. Yeah. Everything then works. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'm really curious now. I really want to check it out. I'm also going to leave this thing sitting here on. I want to see if it's 30 plus hours or not on this Rode NTG. Sorry I didn't hook it up so you could hear it. As I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not as skilled at doing live streams as some people have been doing it for years. As you know, it's a recent development for me. Everything's working. I don't want to touch anything. I don't want to hook this up and then have all my audio go bad and waste all your time. So we'll see in the review. That should be coming in the next couple of days. And unless I hear different in the comments or something, I don't think I'm going to compare it to anything. I really don't. I think it's a matter of, I might compare it to the VideoMic, their smaller one, or their VideoMic Pro, just for a person who's going, should I spend the $100 and what is it, $20, $30, $50 on this, or is it worth it to go for the $200? I think it's $29 for this dude. I might do that. I haven't decided yet. I know what I'm going to do with this and what I'm going to cover and what I'm going to show, which is basically everything. I don't know if I'm going to compare it to something else. And I assure you, no matter what I do and no matter how good the video is, that Mr. Curtis Judd, my my most excellent friend who knows more about audio than in probably his right hand than I know, will come up with something really awesome, or we'll find something that when you poke here and you hold this, you hold your left finger here and you do this, that the mic doesn't work or something like that. That's just that guy. He's really knows his stuff. Let's go back to the comments, see if we have anything else. I'm not sure what to bus take from here. Where was I? Plug in your D3 Pro now for like 2 minutes and it'll have enough charge to test. Okay, well if you guys are willing to hang around, then I'm going to grab. Yeah, if you're willing to hang around for a little bit, I'm going to go plug this dude in for a couple of minutes, and then we'll test it out. We'll see what everybody's talking about. If you don't mind, hold on. Well, this is the most get up and come back type live stream I've ever done. In fact, this is the first time I need to go downstairs and get a proper plug. I'm not going to plug it into the computer right now. I have mice and Mises and Stream Decks and Mix Pre 3s and Pango captures and all sorts of stuff going on. And as I said, I'm not skilled enough with this live streaming thing. Everything's working and has been working. I don't want to mess with it. So give me, maybe y'all can go take a tea, coffee, what do they call it? Powder your nose break for like maybe a minute or a minute, probably 2 minutes at the most. And I'm going to go find my little charger and plug the D3 Pro in, and then I'm going to come right back and we'll handle some more stuff. Cool chair. Yeah. Isn't this chair neato? I did a quick little video on that. It's on my main channel. I decided I had it with my other chair, and I decided, can I do a video without really saying anything, showing this chair? And I showed putting it together and everything else. It was kind of a funky video. It didn't get a lot of views, really. I wasn't intending it to, but it was fun to do. You should check that out. It's like a couple of weeks ago I did it on this chair. I love this chair. I think it's about $350, and I've had Herman Miller chairs and what do they call it? Steel case chairs. I've had all sorts of chairs. This thing, it doesn't, everything's adjustable. This way, that way, this thing, the pad, everything's adjustable on it. It's like basically a really nice car seat. Up and down, and you can order ones if you're like between 5'4" and 5'7". The same chair, but for you, 5'7" to 5'10" or 11. Same chair except for you, and then I think it's 5'11" or 6 foot on up or something like that. And you can order the chair, and this one, because you can get it with all the patented leather and everything. This one, I think it was $349. And for me, sitting here doing what I do all the time, it's freaking awesome. I love this thing. Peshra Sartip, hello from Iraq. Wow! Welcome. Hello from the U.S. I love the internet. That's awesome. Welcome. Actually, Kevin looks very Thunderbirds today. I don't, if that's a joke, I don't get it. Looks very Thunderbirds today. Sometimes it takes me. So anyway, I'm going to check out for just about a minute, maybe a minute and a half at the most. I hope you'll be patient. I'm going to go grab that D3 Pro and a plug it in for a little bit, and we're going to test that sucker in here and see what's happening. Obviously, I didn't come prepared. I'll be right back. Hang in there. I'm back. Okay, I got a yellow. That means there's some power on it instead of red. Let's check this out. Here's the zoom. Bet you I need a TRS cable, don't I? Bet you I do. Bet you I do. This is not going to work, is it? Oh, no, it is. So I'm using their supplied TRS cable for the D3 Pro, and it's working in the Zoom H1 just fine. Oh, no, it's green. Let's try the Zoom H6. Same deal. Check. Wow, that's hot. Woohoo! Let's turn that down. Check, check, check. Wow, that's really hot. Check, check. Yeah, now it's plugged into the, there we go. Now it's plugged into the Zoom H6 using the TRS cable that they supplied, and it seems to be working just fine. So, great. I think what's happened is that Ian has gotten, as he said, one of those first 400 that turn off after 15 minutes, which I'm going to talk to Andrew about that. I really am. It's not okay with me that somebody does that to someone. And that maybe it's the Zoom H1N in particular that it doesn't work with. I don't know, because I don't have a Zoom H1. I almost want to buy one. They're cheap. They're like $100 or something, and I may do that and take a look at that. Okay, let's take a look at the comments, see if we got anything else. If not, I may wrap this up. I don't see anything else. Okay. All right. If there's not any questions, wow, I actually kept it to like an hour, I think, which is a first for me. If there aren't any other questions or anything else, I will get on this review as soon as possible. I'm also going to be reviewing, I wish I had brought it with me, I'm so unprepared for this, the Andy Cine 4K touchscreen monitor. I know it's been reviewed before, but I wanted to review it. I got a hold of another manufacturer's monitor. It's exactly the same. And what happened was I plugged it into my camcorder, and it would only output if I set the camcorder to 4K 60. It wouldn't do 4K 30, 4K 24. It wouldn't do 1080, 60. Wouldn't do 1080. Wouldn't do 50. It wouldn't do 25. It wouldn't do only 4K at 60 through my camcorder. And this company came back and said, well, why don't you do the review anyway and only for DSLRs? And my respect for them just dropped immediately, and I went, no, I'm kind of done. So then the Andy Cine 4K 5.5 touchscreen monitor, they were going to send it to me, and I was like, dude, I have already looked at this. This looks like a knockoff. I don't want to touch it. I was with this other company. They talked to their engineers. I went through all this BS. I did firmware updates to the monitor. There was all sorts of stuff. And finally, they just never got back with me because I wouldn't do the review on only a DSLR and not mention the problems I had with a camcorder, which I think is not cool. The guys at Andy Cine said, let us send it to you anyway. And I got it. I plugged it in. Works marvelously in all modes on DSLRs. It works marvelously on my XF400 in all modes. And I went, wow. And then with the touchscreen capabilities and everything else, I was blown away with this monitor. I'm calling it my best high-value, full-featured, budget monitor for 2019. And I'll be reviewing that too. And I'm also working on my courses and my new YouTube course and everything else. You've probably seen that in the emails. And I'm cutting out of here the 22nd of December, and I'm not going to be back till the 5th of December, so I got a lot of work to do. Anyway, If there's no other questions, thanks for joining me. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your support and your comradeship and your friendship. I really, really do appreciate it. And thanks for spending this Saturday with me. And hopefully next time I'll be a little more prepared. Look forward to those reviews. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching.